Hello, 8B. Welcome to our FFA Figurative Language Challenge. In our activity, there are 4 steps that you will take in our challenge. But just to recap with figurative language, remember it is something that describes something else by comparing it to something else, right? Figurative language goes beyond the literal meaning. We talked about how being literal is something that is very concrete. It's something that you see exactly in front of you. And when you are figurative, it goes beyond what you see in front of you, beyond the outward appearance. There are many types of figurative language we reviewed today: similes, metaphors, alliteration, onomatopoeia, personification, hyperbole. We talked a little bit about idioms. But in our step 1 of this assignment, you can review and study these definitions and examples in the slideshow. So if you make your way over to the slideshow, you'll want to hit present mode, okay, in our language lab. And when you hit present mode, you'll work your way through the slides. Each slide has a different figure of speech, the definition, and an example for you. And then, of course, the cute little Bitmoji that goes along with it. But you can make your way through the slides so that you can review the different figures of speech. Then you'll come back to our slide to step 2. And here you will practice by underlining or highlighting the examples of figures of speech. There are 4 slides that come next: the metaphors, hyperboles, similes, and personification. Now, each slide has quite a number of examples, but you're only required to do 5 to 7 examples. If you want to keep going, I did provide them for you so that you can continue the momentum if you want to continue the practice, but you're only required the first 5 to 7 examples. And you can use any format, whether you want to use Kami or some sort of extension with the tools, or you can use the highlighted box that I created. You would just want to copy and paste a bunch of them on the side, and then you'll want to click and drag to hover it over the examples that you're highlighting. Okay, so that's another option. Once you've done that and get your practice in, then you are going to play the figurative language game. Now, you can do this individually, or you can do it with a partner or a group of people. The idea is either way, you're going to go back and forth, taking turns, sharing the sentence, reading it out loud, and guessing what type of figure of speech it is. So you would just click and drag, and you'll find the sentence underneath, and then make your guess as to what type of figurative language. When you have your guess, you can just click on the box and type in your answer in the yellow box, okay? And again, even if you're doing it individually, you can still click and drag the answers. And the requirement is, again, 5 to 7 of these. Once you finish the figurative language game, you'll go on to step 4, the last step in which you have your figurative language challenge. So for each of these 6 figures of speech, you would create your own example, your own statement for each of those. Okay, but again, you want to make it original and that it does show the specific type of figure of speech. Now, sometimes some figures of speech can kind of be more than one. So sometimes it could look like a simile and sometimes it could look like a hyperbole at the same time. Okay, so sometimes that does happen. But as always, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can email me, you can send a remind message, but you do want to make sure that you do have this completed by tomorrow. This is a 2-day activity, so do make sure that you complete that. I've also added extra credit opportunities in the extra credit section of our Google Classroom in regards to figurative language as well. Okay, so if you need anything, again, reach out, and I hope you guys have a good day.